A very good evening to all of you. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. A very good evening. So I welcome you to BYJU'S exam prep and I welcome you to this session of the last lab. We are going to talk about vocabulary, right? I'm sure a lot of you know the name of this session is Vocabulary Decoded. So we'll talk about what all types of vocabulary questions come in these two exams. We'll solve all of these question types today, right? And we'll also devise how to go about vocabulary in these few days that we have, right? Hello, Varun. Good evening. Hi. Hi, Gaurav. Hello, Maitri. Hi, Himanshu. Good evening, Murali. Hi, Guru Prasad, Prabhat. Hi, everyone. Hi, Parth. Sorry. All right. Hi, Abhinav, Navdha. Okay. So let's talk about the why of this session. Let's set the agenda for the day. We'll, of course, look at various question types. And, of course, our agenda is that, see, we may not know the meaning of each and every word in the exam. We may not be masters of vocabulary. Then how should we go about a question considering that there's negative marking also? So how can we maximize our score keeping these things in mind? Right? So let's see. Let's have a look at how the English section looks like for IIFT and SNAP. Right. Good evening. Good evening. Those who are just joining. Varun, IFT and SNAP, I would say that the question types that are asked are pretty similar. So vocabulary, grammar. So there also we have error correction, error detection. Here also we have that. That's why, we are taking a combined session on this. So in IIFT, the total number of questions, however, are 35, whereas in SNAP, it's just 15. So as far as the number of questions are concerned, there is a difference. However, out of these 35, 16 are from RC passages. So ultimately, we're left with 19 VA questions. Whereas in SNAP, 15 general English questions, which for the last 2 years have been from vocabulary and grammar, and a couple of parajumbles here and there. Okay. So if I talk about IFT 2021, more like I think IFT calls it 2022, the IFT that happened last year, right? Grammar carried 11 questions and vocabulary carried 8 questions. Okay, so 8 questions from vocabulary, 11 from grammar. All right, but then it's not that grammar is heavily asked as such, because let's say this number can become 9 here and 10 here. Okay, so it's pretty equal weightage, I would say. Then, if I break it down further, if I look at vocabulary, spellings, there were 3 questions from spelling. So, something that we don't usually prepare for, right? We are so caught up on synonyms, antonyms, right? We are so bothered about idioms and phrases that we forget that spellings is also a component of vocabulary. Match the column. So, these were synonym, antonym based, match the following questions. And direct vocabulary, outrightly asking you the synonym of a word, idioms and phrases. So this was the breakup of the vocabulary questions, right? The 8 vocabulary questions. All right then. How about SNAP last year? So the number of questions in the 3 slots, if I look at all the 3 slots, grammar was pretty much consistent. Vocabulary was also pretty much consistent in terms of the number of questions that were asked. So 6 questions from vocabulary, okay, and about 8 to 9 from grammar. We had one parajumble question in slot 3, but none in slot 1 and slot 2. So again, let's go deep into vocabulary. Let's see what all was asked. Now, uh, if I give you a breakup, this is how they looked like. Fill in the blanks based on vocabulary 2. Spellings 1. So see, spellings you can't really ignore. I'm not saying that it's a very that it's the most important component out there. No, but then it is being asked in vocabulary. Idioms and phrases again asked. Synonym antonyms again there. Compound words, okay, one question on compound words was asked in slot 2. I'll show you what that is. We'll practice some questions on that. Okay. Gaurav, British English, always British English. India follows British English, right? So Indian exams follow British English. Okay. Rishabh, no secrets there. I think a good teacher. I had a brilliant teacher when I was in class 5. Yes, I was in class 5. I used to have this bad handwriting. She made me write a lot of cursive writing books. So it's practice. That is the secret. Both the exams, see, they had questions from spellings, synonym antonyms, idioms and phrases. Hence, in addition, Snap asked you fill in the blanks and compound words. So let's practice all these question types. Let's not leave any stone unturned. Yes? Okay. So in this session we'll cover all the topics. Okay, I'm more interested in the chat box right now. Hardik Pandya is saying, great, great, great. Thank you, Hardik. Thank you for all the love and welcome. I'm really glad that the sessions helped you. Great. Okay. So Vaibhav is asking, is let's say the pattern of IIFT or SNAP similar to CAT? No. Just the okay, if in case you're talking about parajumbles particularly, Weber, see in parajumbles I can say that you have options here, whereas in cat you do not have options. So again, it's not similar as such. Of course, the logic that you use behind it, the concepts that you apply, those are similar, right? So the preparation needs to be slightly different. Good evening, Amrit. Welcome to the session. Let's do some spellings questions. You're just in time for the questions. Tell me, what is the correct spelling of this word? If I hide, okay, I am hiding it a little. No, I somehow appear so giant on the screen. Let me just reduce my video size. Just give me a bit, okay? Uh, I don't know. It's so big anyway. So what do you say? See, these are 20-second questions, Uh, A, B, C, all right, but a lot of C's. Good, C is the answer. So these are, see, how much time did this take? Some seconds, okay, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So that's the beauty of spelling questions, right? My advice, so what I do is that once, let's say I looked at option A. Now, after instead of looking at all the options, I'll first think that, okay, what do I think the correct spelling is, and then hunt for that option. That's how I go about spelling questions, because I feel that if I go about reading all the options, that sometimes can make you prejudiced towards a particular option. So look at the first, or let's say one random option, then frame the spelling in your head and then attempt, then hunt for that spelling. Okay, that should be the approach in my opinion. Okay, let's have a look at this. Correct spelling. Yes, what do you say? Okay, so I've got a lot of B's. Okay. But I've also got an A and a C. Only four questions of which type, Gaurav? Okay, B, C, A, all right. B, A. So mixed responses. I understand your reason behind saying play right. So somebody who writes plays ideally should be called this. The spelling should ideally be this. But English or any language for that matter is far from ideal, right? So no, this is not the spelling. This RIT is not the spelling, and the playwright is not Mr. Right. So even that is not the spelling, Mr. or Miss Right. Okay, played right. Somehow the WRITE becomes WRIGHT for some reason. So a playwright, a writer of plays, is spelled as this. Okay, remember this. So good question, this one. Coming to, yes. What do we pronounce it as? What is the meaning? What is the spelling? Multiple questions. Yes, Snap has four options. A. Okay, Rishabh says A. All right. Let's be quick in these questions. A or C? Okay, B. All right, all right. Definitely, Latika. It's a good question. I'll explain the use of hyphen to you. There should be Y. Where? Gobbledygooky? No. Gobbledygook. That so that we pronounce it as gobbledygook. Okay, gobbledygook means when you use a lot of jargon and people are not able to understand you. That's when they'll call your words gobbledygook. They'll call whatever you are saying gobbledygook. समझ में नहीं आया. Such gibberish, right? Right? That is gobbledygook. So you just learned a new word. Some of you gibberish. Absolutely correct, Rishabh. Now hyphens. Why are hyphens used? Uh, the use of hyphen in English is to form compound words. Okay, compound words. For instance, if I say Ravan was a 10-faced demon. Okay, 10-faced demon. So how will I write this? 10-faced demon. Will I write it like this? But in that case, it seems that 10 is also modifying demon. 10 is also describing demon. But no, 10 is not describing demon. Rather, 10 is a part of faced, in fact. 10 is, in fact, describing faced. So, I put a hyphen here to indicate that, okay, I am using it as one term here. So, I put a hyphen here to indicate that this is a compound word now. I am using it as one word. 10-faced. Now this entire 10-faced describes demon. So no confusion whether 10 is describing demon or not. This is the purpose of hyphens, to form compound words. Right? I'll show you this usage in a question also. Okay, just wait. So gibberish, jargon, that is the answer here. All right. Let's have a look at this one. Gobbledygook, you already know this is not correct, right? So it's just three options. All right. Okay, Rishabh. Now I get it. You were saying that I should place Y there after D. Even that is an alternative spelling, Rishabh. Even that spelling is not incorrect. Okay, two spellings are acceptable here. DE also and DY also. Compound words, Abhinav, we'll come to them. We have questions on compound words today. Don't worry. Yes, absolutely, Siddhi. You should use the process of elimination, but in this process, you should be able to eliminate at least two of the options. Okay. So, for instance, here I can eliminate gobbledygook. Okay, because I know that it's gobbledygook, and ingenious also, because I am very sure that the spelling of ingenious is this. It's a common, again, misconception that it's a we just combine these two words, basically the prefix in and genius, and therefore we have ingenious. While the meaning of ingenious is inventive, original. When I give you something that's a very original solution, a very clever solution, you'll call it an ingenious solution. But spelling ये genius वाली नहीं होती है. Spelling में OUS आता है. So once you're sure about this, you're left with these two. Okay. So those of you who are fond of this color fuchsia, yes, tell me what is the spelling? Is it SCHIA? This reddish purplish color, SCHIA, or is it CH and fuchsia and then S? Okay, so FUCH then S and IA. So even this is incorrect here. Accommodate is absolutely fine. Double C and double N. Okay, double C and double N. B Bangalore is the answer here. Hope this is clear to you. Very good, very good. Okay. So B Bangalore, okay, spellings. The last spelling question of the day. Yes. Easy. Identify the correct spelling. Fuchsia is a flower and it's a color also, Weber. So कौन सा बड़ा easy सा है to eliminate is in this one? See, I think we know that there's nothing called orangutan. Yes, Orangutan. That's the name of the primate that we have heard of, right? So this is wrong. Dilation. Dilate. It's not dilate. It's dilate. So the A is not required. The G is not required. Is it related to water? To acquiesce. When we acquiesce to someone's demands, okay, we reluctantly agree. We agree to their demands, ठीक है, reluctantly थोड़ा. So the spelling is acquiesce. Acquiesce. Okay, there is a C here. There's nothing aqua about it, nothing watery about it. Okay, so this is also wrong. And I think, see, for me, this question, I mean, it took hardly any seconds because I knew this is the correct spelling. So once you know, okay, mischievous की spelling तो यही होती है, right? You're very sure about it. In a way, you've solved it right there. Of course, then also you should look at the other options once just to be sure. Okay. So B is the answer here. Spelling questions extremely easy, very time-saving questions. But yes, do not get confused with similar spellings in questions like these, right? So whenever you come across one option, then frame the spelling in your mind and then eliminate. Okay, then just mark the correct one. Okay. All right. Oh, there's one more question. Question 6. What is incorrect? See, reading the instructions is very important. Reading the instructions carefully, clearly, very, very important. So, I am pretty sure that one of them, amateur, is correct. Pretty sure about it. Amateur, someone who's just dabbling into something as a hobby, is not really an expert at it. That person is an amateur, right? Oh, that could be because of the way we pronounce it. Okay, mischievous. So the I sound is, I mean, it's pretty silent in a way. It's there, but it's quite not there, right? D, C, A, but primarily a lot of D's. Absolutely correct. This is not the spelling of atheist. See, theism. The root is theo. Theo, theo. Theo means God. Okay. So theist is a believer in God. Theist is a believer in God. Atheist, you put an A before it, that person is a non-believer in God. Okay. So this is right away incorrect. Sacrilegious, paraphernalia, both are correct spellings. But you have to tell me the meanings of these words. What is sacrilege? When you commit sacrilege, what do you do? ऐसा क्या किया है आपने? So I think my tone is telling you it's a negative word. This is sacrilege. If, let's say, you do something against something that's considered very holy, usually used in matters of religions. Okay, so for instance, let's say you said something against some major organized religions or one major organized religion, then you have committed sacrilege. Okay, so sacrilegious is an act basically in the nature of committing sacrilege. कुछ ऐसा जिससे sacrilege commit हो. Profane, sinful, absolutely correct. Okay. Blasphemous is a similar word. Blasphemous. Okay. Paraphernalia. Yes. The astrologer then took out all his paraphernalia and started matching his charts with hers. Yes. Paraphernalia. आपका जो भी equipment, जो भी सामान होता है साथ में, that is your paraphernalia. Usually used for experts. That the doctor took out all his paraphernalia, right? The astrologer here took out all his paraphernalia. So all the tools of the trade, for that matter, all the equipment, all the articles meant for a particular activity, that is paraphernalia. Okay. Apparatus, equipment, absolutely correct, absolutely. Okay. So we now have learned some new words, their spellings also, and have identified the incorrect one. Okay. Let's go to the next topic, synonym antonyms. Again, time saving because there's no sentence that you have to read. They just ask you, okay, synonym batao benefaction ka. Tell me. Let's see, let's see. All right. So, Lakshita, which all questions did you get incorrect? How much of it was art? How much of the negatives were contributed by RCs, or how many questions in RCs that you attempted? You have to look at all of these factors, okay? And that will actually help you understand where you need to improve, what you need to work on. It could be related to rituals. If let's say the activity that we are conducting is let's say a tantric activity or some ritualistic activity, then yes, of course, it can be associated with that. Somebody is asking this about paraphernalia. Yes, penuriousness is actually, see, penury is poverty. Penury is poverty. So penuriousness is basically turning the adjective into the noun. Instead of straight away saying penury, we have turned the adjective into the noun. Moreover, while penury is related to poverty, when I say penuriousness, that is related more to conjuicy instead of poverty, stinginess. Okay, so while penury is poverty, penuriousness as a noun, it means the quality of being stingy, miserly, parsimonious, penny pinching, close fisted, right? A lot of synonyms for this word. So that is what penuriousness means. The quality of being all these things. So now I have got some B's here. I have got mostly B's. That's great actually, right? B is the answer, donation. Benefactor, I think a lot of you must have heard. Okay. In Bollywood, particularly, people say, "Oh, I never had a godfather. I made it on my own." Yes. So the godfathers of Bollywood, who are they? They are the benefactors. They help actors or some other artists monetarily and in terms of contacts, networks, etc. So benefactor usually extends help in terms of money or in other terms to you. Benefaction, therefore, is a donation or a gift given to someone, right? Ben means good, fact means to do. So to do something good in terms of money or other terms. Magnificence, I think all of us understand. Yes, the magnificence of the place. So if I say that this place is magnificent, that means it's very impressive. Okay, mag means large here. Okay, fic again means to do. So when something is so impressive, grand, that's when it's magnificent. And this is eliminated, conserving is eliminated, donation is the only option that is left. Yes, benefaction is a noun. Frugal, yes, that's a similar word to stingy, although frugal does not have the negative connotation that stingy carries. Yes, Karan Johar basically. Got it. How to remember them? Oh, that's great, Rishikesh, that you remember it from MHCP. Um, that means he has cemented it in his everyday vocabulary. So that's one way to remember words. Start using them. Okay, just slip them into conversations. जबरदस्ती लगा दो आप अभी words. ठीक है? So one is start using them. Uh, the other is, whenever you learn the meaning of a word, always see how it has been used in a sentence. So basically, usage is something that you have to focus a lot on. Second is, revision. Human memory is not as great as we think it to be, right? It's a little fragile that way that we tend to forget things. So we have to revise. So let's on a weekly basis, whatever words you learn, please revise them over the weekend. Yes? Okay. Why am I writing along the word? Acha, where should, acha, probably penuriousness. This is what you mean? Are you talking to me? Okay, not clear to me. Right. Anyway, I'll try to write, keeping in mind that my head can come in between. Meanwhile, you tell me the synonym of hoodwink. D, B, C. Bamboozle, debunk. When you hoodwink someone, the word itself looks like a very mischievous word, right? Hoodwink. There's a hood in it, there's a wink in it, right? So you are, of course, you are deceiving them, you're tricking them, you are deluding them. Okay. You are fooling them. So bamboozle again means to fool someone, to outsmart or outwit someone, to delude them. All of these are synonyms. All of these are synonyms of hoodwink. There's only one, debunk. When we debunk myths, okay, you must have read this in the context of myths. So this myth has been debunked, right? This notion has been debunked. What do? जब आप उसको debunk कर देते हो, you basically expose it. You show that okay, this is not true, right? So that is to debunk, to expose something, to expose the uh, falsity of the claim, right? That's how I would put it. That is to debunk it. So C is the one that does not match, okay, the others. It's not a synonym, and that is why it is the answer. ठीक है? Okay then. Enigmatic. Antonym. Enigmatic. A good question, Ritika. Um, Ideally, we should be able to do that, because whenever somebody asks us the synonym of an adjective, ideally it should be an adjective only. However, this is the last resort that I use, because sometimes your exams are not very particular about this rule, that if they are asking the synonym of an adjective, they'll give an adjective only, they'll give it in an adjective form only. So it's something that I use as a last resort. Okay, elimination on the basis of grammar. Otherwise, I eliminate on the basis of the image of the word, the connotation of the word, right? Whether it's a positive word, negative word. Then I eliminate on the basis of synonyms or similar words. Synonyms or similar words. For instance, see, cryptic and mystic. You realize, but it's similar, hai, isn't it? So probably neither of them is the answer. So enigmatic, enigma, mystery, mystic associated with mystery, cryptic associated with mystery. Antonym देना मुझे, intelligible or occult में से, you tell me. Intelligible, something that you can understand, right? Something that you can comprehend is intelligible. Something that's not cryptic for you is intelligible. On the other hand, occult क्या होता है? Is it a cult? So occult, you can actually remember it using this mnemonic. That's how I remember it. It again refers to these, mystical phenomena, such practices that are supernatural, tantric activities, right? That is called practicing occult in general terms. Yes, Jadoo Tona, absolutely. Black magic. So, not the answer, is the answer. Intelligible. Okay. Okay, so he hoodwinked his long time friend. बताओ, long time friend को धोखा दे दिया. He hoodwinked him, he deceived him. Okay, it could be in any terms, right? So that's a usage to hoodwink someone. It's a verb. Farthest, okay, antonym. Farthest in meaning is antonym. Despondency. Yes, when we call someone's personality an enigmatic personality, it has a sense of an awe to it, right? So, usually used for celebrities that they have an enigmatic personality. Okay, so it's mysterious in a good way. Okay, Gaurav says D. Others, do we agree? Anguish, despondency, बड़े ही sad words लग रहे हैं दोनों ही. So despondency, anguish, both are related, both appear similar, they cannot be the answer. What is ennui? We discussed ennui in a session, I remember, in a vocabulary session on 50 vocabulary words. We discussed ennui. We discussed sloth, ennui, right? Lethargy, languidness, languidity. We discussed all these words. So the answer is mirth. Absolutely. See, this one was easy. A despondent person is somebody who's sad, disappointed. Mirth, on the other hand, is fun, revelry, laughter. That is mirth. So this is the opposite. But for our knowledge, we should know the meanings of other terms also. Ennui. It is boredom. Okay, absolutely correct. The Velvet India collection, Divyasri, listlessness, absolutely right. When you are indolent, yes, we did the word indolent also, very lazy, lethargic, right? So these are related words, not exactly the same words. Ennui is boredom. ठीक है, so ये भी आंसर नहीं है. Doldrums, it's a state of when you feel you're very stagnant, you are feeling a little depressed because of this, melancholic because of this. That is when you are in doldrums. Okay, that is when you are in the doldrums. That is how it is used. Okay, it's a noun. So now see, if I don't know how it is used, okay, if I do not know how it is used, let's say I think it's a verb or some other part of speech, then I will never be able to use it, right? So you should always read a sentence that is right there below the meaning and learn words like that, knowing okay, this is a noun and this is how it is used. ठीक है. So in the doldrums ये भी आंसर नहीं है, आंसर मत. All right, let's go to our next question. You have to give me the most appropriate synonym out there of stymie. That's how it is pronounced, stymie. It's a verb. All right. So these questions, they are time saving. Remember, this is direct vocabulary. Okay, 30 seconds at the most. At the most, IAB. Okay. All right. I have got the economy is in the doldrums. Absolutely correct. Very good usage, Sanket. And I have also often read this expression in the newspaper, right? So I know that you are reading the newspaper in the doldrums. The is also put, right? How do we identify this? See, we must have read it in some context. That helps. Okay, so to stymie something, I have to give a synonym. So to stymie something, someone's development, let's say, is to suppress it, to impede it, to hinder it, to stifle it. Stifle is a synonym, right? So impede is a synonym here. Impede, inhibit, stifle, suppress, hinder. Abet, on the other hand, is to bring it about. Okay, so he abetted the crime. That means he helped in the committing of that crime, right? So abetting, aiding and abetting a crime. This is a common legal expression when you bring something about. Assistance, again, you're facilitating something, you're helping it come about. So ये दोनों answers नहीं है. Explicate, it's somehow related to explain. Explicate. When we explicate something, what are we doing? Are we simply explaining it? We're also analyzing it. We're also trying to come to some conclusion from it. That's when we explicate. All right. So, explicate here. Just give me a second. Okay. For a moment, I felt I was not visible, but I am. Okay. Just being a little paranoid about this. Okay. So good. Most of you, I think, said C. Later on, I think almost everyone said C. Impede is the answer here. So this should give you some confidence that you will be able to do synonym antonyms. Match the following is like a lottery question in some cases, because even if I don't know the meanings of all of these, then also if I know just one, that may help me to eliminate some of the options. So tell me quickly, we have done many of these words and some of them are really common words. They're not even vocabulary words. And please hit the like button. There's no effort involved in that. Okay, I am coming in front of the options. Just give me a second. मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए गायब हो रही हूँ. All right. I hope you can hear me. A, D, C. All right. A, D, C. That's what I've got. That's actually a lot of options. I think I should come back. All right. Let's have a look. So, first, yeah, lustful, it's associated with being licentious, right? Being lecherous. All of these are synonyms: lecherous, licentious, lustful. Uh, so here, the antonym of lustful, just a second, my some issue with my, just a second, huh? Basically, I'm not able to see my mouse cursor. Okay, एक मिनट आ गया वापस. ठीक है. So lustful का opposite is chaste. Okay, chaste is somebody. Some people, take this oath that they'll never indulge in sex. Right. So those people are chaste. So they take an oath to remain virgins for life. So lustful का opposite idea हो गया ये. ठीक है. So therefore, one is C. Once you realize that, two options go away. Acrimonious is a word that I discussed with you, right? So acrimony, when you are filled with bitterness and anger towards someone, that is when you have this feeling of acrimony towards them. You are acrimonious towards them. So if acrimonious is bitterness, anger, hostility, peaceable will be the opposite. So two has to be A. But that does not help me a lot actually. So it comes down to 3 and 4. The thing is, for this D is eliminated. Acha, one of the options have a problem. Just a second. Yeah, this was D. This was supposed to be D. 3 is D. Why? Because no, 3 is not D. 8 minute. Creative, the opposite of creative is pedestrian. When you do not use your imagination, that's when, let's say, I ask you something, I ask you to write about your room, and you give me a very basic account of it without using any of your imagination at all. That will be a very pedestrian account of it. As a noun, I know pedestrian is someone who walks on the side of the road, right? But as an adjective, it means unimaginative, lacking imagination. Complacent, someone who's very self-satisfied. बस हो गया life में जो करना था, right? That person is complacent. The opposite idea is dissatisfied. ठीक है? So D Delhi is our answer here. थोड़ा सा option में कुछ हाँ problem था, ठीक है? I have fixed it. Okay, 4D is the easiest. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. How do we know that a particular word is an adjective? See, again, it's through usage. So, for instance, I have never really looked up the dictionary to see which part of speech complacent belongs to, but I've always seen this describing people. So, because it is describing a noun, right, I know that, okay, this is an adjective. Creative, describing people, adjective. So, quality words hoga na ye, right? So, this is how you realize that, okay, this is a noun, this is an adjective. All of these are adjectives here, right? And this had to be D. ये repeat कैसे हो गया? Okay. Question 13. Let's see who answers the fastest. Again, all adjectives. So give me the antonyms here. Coming, just a second. I'll just go invisible here again. Previous year papers, not all, you'll not find them together. Okay, we have discussed questions from previous year papers in various sessions. So you'll find, let's say, vocabulary questions discussed in one session, grammar in another, but not you'll not find them paper wise as such. That's great, Gaurav. So actually, we should do this in the exam. That if I know that, okay, let's say C is the antonym of one. Let's say, so if I know that, and there is just one option there, I have solved it. That's a very smart way to solve a match the following question. Okay, okay. So I've got A, B. Very few of you are responding. What has happened to your enthusiasm? Yes, I need more enthusiasm on your part. And this is a good question. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Uh, Here I'm going back to my slide. I hope I'm visible and audible. I don't know why I get this feeling that there's some lag or something. Biddable. Somebody who's biddable will listen to you very easily. Right? बहुत आराम से compliant है, obedient है. That person is biddable. On the other hand, someone who is imperious is very dominating. So the antonym of one is B. Once you realize that, you've solved the question. Overweening, someone excessively proud of themselves. Diffident, someone who's very shy, underconfident. Perilous journey, right? That's a dangerous journey. Dangerous opposite is guarded. Puerile, used to describe people who are immature, very childish, right? Childish log, puerile. Sagacious, wise. It refers to those people who are wise because of their age, because they have a lot of experience. Sagacious, right? We've discussed this in various sessions. A very commonly used word. So the answer here is B. Okay. All right. हाँ जी वही कर रहे हैं हम वोकैबलरी कर रहे हैं दीपेश आपको क्या लग रहा है हम क्या कर रहे हैं All right. Idioms and phrases, new category now. Tell me what is the meaning of this idiom, purple patch? What kind of a patch is this? Is it a dark period? Is it a period of success? A safe way to royalty? Mending old ties? What does it mean? Puerile and sagacious. Yes, yes. These are very commonly used words, Harry. Okay, I've got A, I've got B, C. All right, all right. So now I think a lot of us are just guessing. Yes? Okay, let's see. Purple patch. You know, the color purple is associated with royalty, with something that's premium. Why is that? Because the story goes back to the time when there was a sea snail. The snail used to release a dye in water. Okay, and this dye was very sought out. I don't know why, but it was a very sought out premium dye. Okay, so this dye, this snail's name was something related to purple. Purple से similar name था इस वाले snail का. ठीक है, so that's why the dye that it released, right, it came to be known as something purple, purple something. So a purple ka association therefore with premium is very strong. That's why then we started associating the color with royalty. So purple patch, a patch where you live a very lavish life, a life of royalty in a way, a period of success. That is a purple patch in your life. Right. So knowing the story behind an idiom helps you to remember it for a long, long time. If I just told you, okay, purple patch is a period of success, probably you would forget it. But now that you know that purple is associated with premium, lavish, royalty, you'll now be able to associate it with a period of success. Right. You can associate it with indigo. You can associate it with that. However, the association was from the snail's dye. Okay, but we just need to remember it, right? But किसी को story मत सुनाना इंडिगो से related. Okay. French leave. Yes, Himanshu. A little bluish right now. Okay, so French leave. Yes, Vaibhav, it was a rare dye. You are correct, correct. I just saw your message. C, okay. A great deception. Is it? Is it a time of merrymaking, revelry, something the French are famous for? Doesn't look like something very negative, right? So insulting, defeat, great deception, out of the picture. A French leave is basically taking leave without permission. That is described as a French leave. Uh, let's say this could be when, let's say, you just abscond from a place, okay, or you take an unauthorized leave. That is called a French leave because of a French custom wherein people, the guests in a dinner, could leave the dinner without informing the hosts. Right? They were allowed to leave. That was a French custom, apparently. And that's why the term French leave without permission. Absolutely correct, Amrit. Irish exit, Irish goodbye, they are synonymous. Irish exit, in fact, this is also called the French exit. Okay, and Irish goodbye, they're all synonymous. And in French language, their equivalent idiom says leaving like the British. So वो इसको British से associate करते हैं, अपने आप से नहीं करते हैं. हम इसको French से associate करते हैं, right? So Irish exit, Irish goodbye, French exit. Yeah. Okay. By the skin of one's teeth. By the skin of one's teeth. This is a common one, relatively more common. If you win a battle by the skin of your teeth, if you clear an exam by the skin of your teeth, what have you done? You won it by a very narrow margin. Okay, imagine, the idea of your teeth having skin, right? Probably it will be a very thin film, yes? Even if your teeth one day develop skin. So, by the skin of one's teeth, by a very narrow margin, right? So, I have even used it for you. Now you will remember it. Okay, so either usage or the stories behind an idiom or an equivalent of the idiom in your mother tongue. Anything can help you to remember it for a long time. White knuckled handshake. कैसा हैंडशेक होगा ये जो आपके नकल्स ही वाइट हो गए? Good one, good one. Yes, non-Indian exit. Is it a good handshake? अगर नकल्स ही वाइट हो गए आपके हैंडशेक करते हुए? I don't think so. So some options can be eliminated. Something if in fact when I use this term white knuckled, when I just use the term white knuckled, that means when you are afraid of something or when you're extremely excited about something, right? And that kind of shows that is white, that is something white knuckled. So let's say the white knuckled visitors, right, to a particular mountain. Okay, let's say. So, a sign of a stressful situation. Absolutely. That's a white knuckled handshake. Not a friendly one, not a sign of peace. It is A. और ये भी बड़ा casual ही है तो ये भी नहीं होगा. Good. Okay. So, my suggestion to you for idioms and phrases is that don't make extremely wild guesses in the exam. If you've been able to narrow down to two and you have this hunch that okay, 60% this is the answer, 50 से ज़्यादा hunch होना चाहिए, right? Then yes, you can mark it. Otherwise, there's negative marking in both the exams. Don't make extremely wild guesses. Okay? If you've read the idiom in a particular context and you're able to recall it, nothing like it. Okay. So another way of asking an idiom question, fill in the blank. Tell me. What will come here? So we are here for some more minutes today, right? We'll be, I think the session, I'll end it at 8:15 or something, okay? So just bear with me, yes? C, D, all right, all right. We're running out of time. Can you please answer quickly? Okay, can you please cut to the chase? This is a very easy one, yes? Cut to the chase. So let's get to that part. Again, the origin is that the chase usually used to be the most exciting part of a movie, right? When the, let's say, hero is chasing the villain or vice versa. So let's just cut to the chase. Let's just come to the point, right? Cut to the point is incorrect. Get to the point is fine. Okay, cut to the point, incorrect, get to the point. So C is the answer here. What do the others mean? Cut one's teeth. When you cut your teeth in, let's say, a profession, you are basically starting it and you're trying to gain experience in it, right? So that is when you're cutting your teeth, when you're trying to gain experience. Normally used for people who start a job, people who are in their first job, right? They're cutting their teeth in that job. Okay, cut the mustard. And I think the association of cutting one's teeth is with, let's say, a baby who just develops teeth wants to cut everything, isn't it? Wants to just bite everything. That's why we have teethers. So I think the association is that. Cut the mustard. There's absolutely no logic behind this idiom. I searched about its origin because I couldn't somehow relate it to anything, and there's no logic actually behind this. When you cut the mustard, you meet a certain level of excellence. You basically meet a certain standard of success. That is when you cut the mustard. Why the association with mustard? No one knows, right? So, C is the answer here. Cut to the chase. We learned two more idioms that begin with cut. Uh, a beginner, a tyro, yes, these are or a fledgling, these are all synonyms. Beginner, tyro, novice, fledgling. Yes, absolutely. Web series, Hollywood, they help a lot, particularly with colloquial idioms. Probably Hershey, as this could be a reason. C, okay. Yes, Charu, that's a great way of remembering this. A, C, all right, A, C, A, C. I have bigger mountains to climb. When we say that someone has a mountain to climb, when we say that someone has a mountain to climb, that means they have to perform a task that is going to be difficult for them. We envisage a difficult task ahead of them. That is when we say he or she has a mountain to climb. But when we talk about having bigger concerns in life, yes, I don't want to talk about this minor error. I have bigger fish to fry. That means I have मेरे पास और भी बड़े बड़े काम हैं, right? I have other major goals in life in a way. I think this person means that a much more. I have other pressing issues in my life, other major issues in my life. That is bigger fish to fry. Okay, other major issues. Neither fish nor fowl. Yes, what does this mean? A common idiom. Neither fish nor fowl. Good, good, good. Those who said A. ऋषभ ने इतनी बार ये कह दिया. If, let's say, you're not able to identify something, that okay, to which class it belongs, that's when you say it's neither fish nor fowl. Let's say you watch a comedy movie, but then there's um, a lot of tragedy also that's there in it, interspersed in it, right? A lot of tragic events happen, but in between there it's peppered with comedy, and you're not really able to tell your friend comedy देखिए tragedy देखिए क्या देखा है. So you'll tell your friend, the movie was neither fish nor fowl. Okay, you're unable to classify it. This is no idiom, okay? Neither mountain nor beach. It's look like somebody who loves traveling actually wrote this option. No idiom as such. Neither fish nor fowl. Sorry, neither fish nor fowl was the idiom. Bigger fish to fry is the answer. Right? Okay. So these were some idioms. Absolutely correct. Um, no, no. Mountains to climb means difficult task. Okay, a task that is envisaged as difficult for you. And because I'm comparing it with a minor error, no, I'll compare it with a major issue. So major issue आपका bigger fish to fry होगा. That's the nearer one. Okay. All right. So let's attempt some fill in the blanks based on vocabulary. One blank, two blanks. Let's look at them. Lethargic, you know the meaning, right? You know the meaning of lethargic. So now here you can use grammar, right? In contextual vocabulary, you can use grammar. According to ancient ideology, sacrifices are considered traditional to achieve something. I need a noun here. So what is eliminated? कितना बाकी है गौरव, तो ऐसा हो गया गौरव. 10 more questions to go. The faster you do it, the sooner we finish. And you can then have your dinner in case you haven't had it. So lethargic nahi aa sakta, disgruntled nahi aa sakta. Both are adjectives. Lethargic, someone who's very lazy. Disgruntled, someone who's perhaps angry with you about something, is a little is holding grudges against you, right? That person is disgruntled, right? Very angry or dissatisfied with you, right? So अब ये दोनों आंसर नहीं है. We are definitely not. We'll. Why would we want to achieve realism? Yes, we would want to achieve something that makes us go beyond the reality. Yes. So, salvation, nirvana, moksha, that is what we want to achieve through sacrifices. And that's why B is the answer. All right. Good. Dekho, 21. Okay, Abhinav, that's some enthusiasm. Then I'll have dinner while taking the session. That's something that I'll have to do. 21. In the front of the house are ancient dash trees which give shade to many. So कैसे trees हैं ये? Garnish trees. Garnish trees, what does that even mean? Okay. A, D, previous year papers. Yes, Harry, we will, I think, have some sessions on it. If I remember correct, if I remember my schedule correctly, we will have some sessions on it. And we did have some sessions on it last year as well. Okay, so you can watch those videos also. They're still available. A, D, okay, C, Gossamer. That's how it's pronounced, not Gossamer. Gossamer. It actually comes from goose plus summer. Goose plus summer. Gossamer refers to fabric that's very delicate, very transparent. Okay, that sort of a fabric is called gossamer fabric. And from where has it acquired this name? Gossamer was actually a sort of a cobweb woven by spiders in the autumn season. In the autumn season. So, in this season, perhaps in that culture from where this term comes, a lot of geese were also eaten. That's why the terms were combined and we got the word gossamer. It refers to either those cobwebs spun by spiders or this fabric that's very thin, delicate, transparent. So, of course, trees to gossamer trees nahi honge. It's neither related to cobweb here nor related to fabric. Germain, we have done this word in another vocabulary session. Okay, I even told you about its origin there, its etymology there. We discussed the term cousin German, if you remember. So, germane is something that's very relevant, very pertinent to the issue at hand. So, pertinent trees, relevant trees to nahi honge. Garnishing, we all know from cooking, yes? So, oh, sorry. So, of course, this is not the answer. Gnarled is the answer. G is silent, gnarled. Gnarled is twisted. There are some trees, no, that they're very twisted. Some of them will go, they're not entirely vertical. Some of them are even horizontal up beyond a point. Such trees are called gnarled trees, right? Yes, hacker. We do have a class at 12 tomorrow. So I'll see you then also. Relevant. Lumpy, yes. Lumpy is also a synonym. Correct, correct, correct. Lumpy is also a synonym of gnarled. Answer was gnarled here. Let's look at 22. Again, it's a, I mean, there are words here that we have done. Old and twisted. Correct, correct, Satyansh. It was customary for the manager. Oh my God, not manager, manager. It was customary for the manager to make the team listen to an hour long. Now see, compound word. I've sort of created a compound word here. Why? An hour long something. So I wanted to show that hour long, both the words together are describing this one word. So I've created a compound word here. Compound words sometimes become so common that we then delete the hyphen from between them. Okay, they just become one word altogether. But of course, hour long is not one of them. Harangue is the answer. Very good. Those who are saying C, diatribe, harangue, diatribe, harangue, rant, tirade. All of these are synonyms, and any of these could be our answer. Hoarding, no. An hour long hoarding doesn't make sense. An hour long graffiti, listening to graffiti. Mendacity. What is mendacity? Admonition, yes, yes. Tirade, rant, correct. So, mendacity क्या होता है? So, basically, rain check comes from these two words, rain and check. They combined to form this word rain check. And that's why it is a compound word. So, if I say football, foot plus ball, ball played using your foot. That's why football is also a compound word. Sunlight, sunshine, compound word. So that's the concept of compound words. They were asked in one of your slots in Snap. Deception, trickery. Yes, yes, yes. Ashish from a local optician. Mendacity means deception. Absolutely correct. Mendacious is untruthful, right? So this of course is not the answer here. I'm just telling you the meaning. Answer हमारा C ही है. ठीक है? All right. So the story behind my glasses, in case you're interested, I actually sat on my previous glasses and broke them. So I went to the optician and I told him that, give me some very sturdy glasses, the sturdiest that you have. I don't care about the design. So that's when I got these. Okay. So people who are careless in their lives can actually wear such glasses. 23. Yes. Backbone. Alok, correct. Backbone. Varsha, for NMAT verbal also, see, apart from RCs, the preparation remains very similar, right? However, yes, you have to have some sort of practice with NMAT RCs also because it's an adaptive test. You can't skip any question in the RCs. So I would say practice mocks, take mocks. Okay, if you already prepared for CAT, then beyond that you don't need any practice for RCs, right? बस उसका timing कैसे करना है, attempt कैसे करना है, that's the practice that you need. Okay. So B, A, all right. Hubris is the answer. Hubris. This word itself comes from, I think, Greek mythology. Okay. And hubris is extreme pride in yourself, extreme. So basically, overconfidence, right? That is hubris, arrogance, pride, overconfidence. So the present generation is okay, filled with foolishness and hubris. All right, I don't believe this, but okay, somebody's written this sentence. Their foolishness ke sath humility does not match. There's an and here. So hiatus is a break. Does not make sense here at all. Humdrum activities of the day. What are the humdrum activities of the day? Yes. That's great, Devu. Happy for you. Arrogance, yes, yes. Arrogance, pride, that is hubris. Humdrum activities, the mundane activities, okay, the humdrum of life. It can be used as a noun also and an adjective also. Okay, we can use it as either. So if I say the humdrum of life, in that way, I am saying the monotony of life. If I say the humdrum activities of the life, then I'm using it as an adjective. That's the only difference. Meaning, yeah, boredom, mundane, something that's very routine, mundane, etc. Okay, so ये hubris हो गया. All right, six more questions. No, seven more questions to go. Yes, 24. Let's have a look. These words look difficult. In this case, Varsha, what can I suggest to you? You can, yes, consider playing vocabulary quizzes, okay, with someone. So, Vocabulary Builder is an app that I suggest to you, right? A very quick way. I feel it's a very quick and interesting way to learn words. So you can just download that app and play quizzes. Okay, these words will start appearing more familiar. 24. Okay. C, A. So of course this person is earning admiration. So his performance cannot be flawed. in an ideal world, right? It cannot be of doubtful authenticity. It can't be dubious. Remember, we did this in another session, and I told you apocryphal is a synonym. Apocryphal. Ambivalent. When you are ambivalent about something, you've mixed feelings about it. You've mixed feelings about it. Ambi means both. Valency is associated with our feelings. Immaculate is the answer here. It means flawless. You know, it said it is Mother's Mary conception of Jesus. The act of conceiving Jesus is called immaculate conception, because it is said that it did not involve any sex. So it's immaculate conception. It's sort of thought as pure and flawless, right? So C is the answer here. Okay, all right. 25. Let's see. We have two blanks now. How to understand the 1,000 words? Uh, see, you just have to look at their meaning, see how they are used in a sentence. That's how you understand words. Just look at their usage once. Look at how they're used in a sentence. Okay, coming to CA, all right. B, D, C, A, okay. All right. This is actually a question that will increase your general knowledge also. So, regrettably, we are regretting something right away. A vote for one's dash has become a dash in India's prestigious forum. Okay, August is prestigious. Prestigious forum, the parliament. So, a vote for one's party has become a rarity. Why would a person regret this? In fact, we should rather vote for the causes that we believe in rather than voting always for our party. So I don't think a person will regret this, that that various politicians, they are not voting for their parties, various members, they're not voting for their parties. ये regret करने वाली बात ही नहीं है, right? Uh, if again a vote for one's principles becomes prevalent, again you will not regret it, isn't it? Why would you regret something like this? So ultimately we narrow down to B and C here. And a vote for one's constituency has become a practice. Okay. Or a vote for one's conscience has become a rarity. What will you regret more? So you will regret this more. Now, what is a conscience vote? You know, this question does require a bit of an idea about this. What is a conscience vote? So usually, in the parliament, the members of a party are expected to vote for their particular parties. Yes. But when sometimes they are voting on issues that are considered to be morally very relevant or have wider social implications, the parties allow them, or the parties tell them that they can vote freely. They can vote on whichever side they want. That is called a conscience vote or a free vote. Okay, where you choose the cause over the party. So if that becomes a rarity, it's something to regret, isn't it? So that's why C is the answer here. I hope this makes sense. This may not be a cause of regret really. अगर आप अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के लोगों के फेवर में वोट कर रहे हो, राइट, उनकी डिमांड्स को देखते हुए वोट कर रहे हो, then it's not really something that's regrettable as such. Okay, so C is the answer here. A good question, this one. All right. Now let's come to compound words. Yes. How many questions are doable in English in Snap? All 15 are doable. Trust me, all 15 are doable. However, again, if it's not your strength, then don't make wild guesses. That's what I would say. Baki Snap, relatively easy exam. 26, 26. Check my comment. Okay. What is your comment? How many questions I should answer this? So see, in Snap, your overall score is what matters. There's no sectional cutoff. So focus on maximizing your overall score. Try to reach 43, 44, 45, whichever way you can, right? I'm not saying achieve it through English only, okay? So you can achieve it through other sections as well. Ultimately, score overall लेके आना. So this is not a compound word. Yes, we can clearly see waist band, waist coat, waist high formed from two words. Waist high, see compound word with a hyphen. So wasted, right? This is not that wasted, that he was so wasted, he was so drunk. No, it is talking about a person's waist, a wasted dress, something that, let's say, focuses on the waist, uh, a wasted jeans, a high waist jeans probably is a wasted jeans. So it's about waist and not being drunk. All right. Easy again. 27. So compound word questions are sitters. Okay. That's okay, Akshay. Keep taking mocks, keep practicing, and probably see if you're following the right, like if the strategy that you're currently following is right for you or not. Right? Just have a look at that. See, okay, okay. Breaker, absolutely. There's nothing compound about breaker. So breakfast. Okay, breakfast. That's how we pronounce this. Not breakfast, breakfast. Break down, break through, eliminated, eliminated, breaker. Okay. So C does not have any combination of two words. Which one of the following is not a compound word? C, A, all right. So yes, compound word questions are amazingly easy questions. Absolutely correct. Footer, there's nothing compound about footer. No combination of two words there. Right. कौन सा बचा बताओ? 28, which is not a compound word again. Yes, please pay heed to the message that just popped in your chat box. AC, okay. Yes, one question came in one of the slots. Abhi, that's why we are doing it. Amatory, okay. That's how it is pronounced. Amatory means erotic, okay. Something that's related to love, sexual desire, that is amatory. Okay, it's related to amor, okay, amor, love, desire, etc. So amatory, amorous, related words. C is the word that is not a compound word. All right. And the last question for the day. Yes. Okay. What do you say? Blueberry, cardboard, watermelon. We are just left with vitreous. So vitreous, it's something that is made from glass, has a glass-like feature. Okay, so related to glass. That is vitreous. Someone asked foothold. Foot के लिए एक sort of a holder. So for instance, when you climb a horse, right, you put your foot on something, no? So that is called a foothold, right? And it is used metaphorically also. To gain a foothold in a particular region is to, usually, politicians try that, to gain a foothold in a region. Basically, they want to establish themselves there, to have that faith and confidence that they've established themselves there. That is to gain influence, gain a foothold. Okay. So I hope we covered all the, yes, we covered, I think, all the question types here. And I hope you now have an insight into how to attempt various question types, how not to make wild guesses, how to eliminate, let's say, using the similar words approach, right? And also, this is a very big learning. Pay attention to the usage of words, not just the meanings. That's how you will be able to recall them, right? That's how you'll be able to eliminate in the exam. And of course, keep reading, keep practicing, keep solving previous year papers. Okay, I take a session on statement assumptions. We have had a session actually, that was labeled Snap Critical Reasoning. I think that's why the confusion is there. Just search for this session, Snap Critical Reasoning. In that, we've done verbal reasoning only. Okay, so cause, effect, statement assumption, statement conclusion. We've had a session on that. All right, so these are your upcoming sessions, right? On Saturday, Naveen sir will see you. Then Gaurav sir, Saral sir. I'll come back with verbal reasoning again. So on 6th, we'll have this session. Then again, I'll have a session with you on the 7th where I'll talk about grammar. So vocabulary हो गई, reasoning और grammar अभी हम करेंगे. Right, December 10, do join us for the first impression as well as for the detailed analysis. Okay, those of you who are appearing in the second and third slot, definitely relevant for you. You'll get to know the pattern, the difficulty level, everything. Right, and do stay connected via various social media platforms. I think you can find me on Telegram easily just through the BYJU'S Exam Prep channel. Okay, all right then, all right. Gaurav, I'll just look at that, don't worry, and I'll answer it. Okay. So stay connected. Bye bye. See you tomorrow at 12. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you. Bye. Welcome. Thank you, Mansa. Thank you. Welcome.